Just in the 2019 playoffs, Brady had outdueled Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. 37-31, Patriots on top. Not yet, young fella. Brady still got the crown. Flash forward 2 years, it's Howard Stern's show, and Tom Brady is the guest. It's mid-quarantine experience, so Brady is in Derek Jeter's Tampa Bay house, talking by webcam. He gave it up. The real reason he left the Patriots. I knew that it was just our time was coming to an end. I had accomplished everything I could in 2 decades with an incredible organization and an incredible group of people. That will never change. All due respect to the most accomplished quarterback of all time, but what the fuck kind of non-answer is that? Welcome to Take Some Fuego. Today we will look at Tom Brady and the real, non-sugar-coated reason for leaving the New England Patriots. Tom Brady will be joining another team in the last years of his career, just like Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, and Brett Favre before him. So where to for the 6-time Super Bowl champ while starting 19 years? Would he rejoin the Patriots and keep his Boston legacy alive? Perhaps a Los Angeles Charger with his production company, or accomplish his childhood dreams and sign with the 49ers? Well, Brady had football reasons and non-football reasons to want to leave the New England Patriots. On the football field, Brady reportedly wants 2 big things: control over the roster, and being a part of making decisions on play calling. He was already a part in play calling with McDaniels, and despite their arguments, they got along quite well in regards to football. Control over the roster though? He definitely wants more control after the 2019 season. When Rex Burkhead and Jacoby Myers are some of your best receivers, it's no wonder why the 6-time Super Bowl champ is so upset about it. There's one man that could save Tom Brady from this, someone he is actually able to trust. That man was Antonio Brown. Brady was weirdly excited to not only play with Antonio Brown, but have him stay in his house, considering Antonio Brown was seen as the biggest head case in the sport. Their first week together they clicked, connecting for 4 receptions and a touchdown. That week was all Brady got. After Brown's release, Brady felt let down. The tools around him were not spectacular by any stretch of the imagination. He told NBC he was, quote, the most miserable 8-0 quarterback in the NFL. Before the Buccaneers have played 1 game, Rob Gronkowski is now on their roster. Looks like Brady has some say. Pair him with Evans, Godwin, and OJ Howard, and we have potential for one of the most fun teams in football in 2020. The night before a game, Bruce Arians will sit in a hotel conference room with his quarterback. He will discuss which plays to run on game day based on defense. Checkmark number 2. The Bucs have settled everything football related that Brady wants. But why are they so much better off the field than New England? Well, it all started in 2004, where Tom Brady met Alex Guerrero, who was working with other Patriots at that time in training. Alex Guerrero became Brady's trainer and business partner, developing the TB12 method lately. They would train together in the offseason and during the season. Beginning in 2013, Bill Belichick allowed Guerrero onto the sidelines and practice facility. It was in the practice facility this would begin to be a problem. Rob Gronkowski and Danny Amendola were already going to Guerrero for treatment and advice on their injuries. Seeing this, new players to the team felt the best way to gain Tom Brady's trust was to go to his trainer, which Tom Brady allegedly preferred, instead of the team's doctors, which Bill Belichick was confirmed to prefer. Some players said this felt like a cult. In 2005, Guerrero was sanctioned by the US government for his product, Supreme Greens. What made them so supreme? They were able to cure cancer, AIDS, multiple sclerosis, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and Parkinson's disease. The government disagreed. Belichick and Brady had discussed this pressure with the new Patriots players, to which Brady claimed he had no knowledge of. Belichick would then ban Brady's trainer shortly after the conversation from the team plane or the sideline. Belichick would write him to say he was welcome to treat any player at the TB12 clinic off-site. Guerrero then emailed members of the Patriots saying he could no longer treat them per Bill Belichick. Guerrero was trying to pin players against Belichick here. Belichick and Brady are often seen as the best duo in sports. No visible drama here. A friend of Tom Brady said after the incident with his trainer, Tom changed. That's where a lot of these problems started. The Patriots were mad they were in the situation in the first place. Brady no longer had his trainer anywhere on site that he was used to having. He felt left out in the cold. This won't be the first time. January 22nd, 2015, Bill Belichick takes a stand at a press conference, and reporters were chomping at the bits for the biggest story of the year. Belichick would tell the press, "I had no knowledge of this situation until Monday morning. I think we all know that quarterbacks, kickers, specialists have certain preferences on the footballs. They know a lot more than I do. Tom's personal preferences on his footballs are something that he can talk about in much better detail and information than I could possibly provide." Tom felt he was left on Deflategate Island to take the blame, which added to some pre-existing tension between Belichick and Brady. Health gurus and backup quarterbacks would further fuel it. Brady loved playing for the Pats, so much so it seemed as if he was taking large pay cuts to play for them. Brady would continue to restructure his deal with the Patriots. In 2015, he earned $9 million as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. His heart was in New England. Brady had a phone call in 2020 with Belichick about returning. There was never a negotiation. Belichick was all business. What can you do for me next year? This is another problem with Brady. It was all business with the Patriots, regardless of what you've been through with them if you're a star in the league. Belichick would treat you exactly the same as a third stringer. It seemed like Tom Brady wanted to be treated like Tom fucking Brady. He signed 2 years, $50 million with Tampa Bay, and there are some great aspects of Brady's game still, even at 43 years old. Brady is efficient on quick passes, completing 66.7% of them if he spends under 2.5 seconds in the pocket, and is one of the safest quarterbacks in the league with only 9 interceptions in 2019. And despite older age, Brady hasn't missed a game due to injury since he tore his ACL in 2008. He's still Tom Brady, the same guy that won 6 Super Bowls and made 9 in his 19 years in the league. Any team would want him. Well, almost any team. His last moment with the Pats was when the Patriots lost to the Titans. Brady approaches the podium post-game to take questions from the media. "We just didn't do enough things right." Speaks to the game that was just played and to how the relationship with the Patriots would end. We just didn't do enough things right. For why the Patriots chose to move on from Tom Brady, check out the video on the screen and be sure to subscribe or I will send you a lifetime supply of Supreme Greens.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?